Hello, everybody, and welcome to What's Up in the Northland with me, Chair. Okay, it's time for another episode of What's Up in the Northland. And as you know, during each of these episodes, we are going to dive into UFO reports from across northern Minnesota and North Dakota. We're going to get into cases that challenge what we know, and we're going to hear stories that just refuse to be ignored. We're also going to revisit recent investigations and share what the evidence is discovered with those. So sit back, relax, keep your mind open, and let's explore what's up in the Northland. Okay, there have been two new cases in North Dakota and two new northern Minnesota cases that were reported since our last meeting. So we'll start with the North Dakota cases. This one happened at the end of May at about midnight in Dunn County, and I'm actually the investigator on this one. So the witness summary reads, there's lights in the sky that appeared to move independently, forming a honeycomb pattern, and then all lights returned. So the long narration reads, near Halliday, North Dakota, my dog began acting extremely anxious, trembling, whining, and insisting to be let outside. Well, once outside, he looked up in the sky and began to bark. When I looked up, I witnessed something extremely unusual. Every visible star or light in the night sky began to move. They moved independently, not in any unified direction, and appeared to form or move along an enormous grid or honeycomb-like structure. It lasted for about 10 minutes, and it felt like the sky was glitching. And then everything settled back into place and became still again. The two other people saw this with me, and none of us could explain what we saw. I attempted to record it, but the sky was too dark to capture anything. This occurred during the heightened solar activity, but this did not resemble any typical auroras. The lights behaved more like intelligent movements or a malfunction in the sky itself. So this, like I said, this was my case. I've tried 4 times to contact this witness. Have failed each time, so I will be closing this one as insufficient information because obviously I need to talk to the witness to understand fully what was going on. Our next case here happened in September 13th of 2024 at around 8 o'clock in the evening. This happened in Washburn, North Dakota, and Anna was part of this one. The short narration says, saw a hovering ball of light and then it went away fast. So here's the long narration. My husband and I were out bow hunting for deer early season. Legal light was over for hunting and we walked back to the truck parked above us in the field. We saw a deer in the field and my husband glassed them while I made my way to the front of the truck. I looked northwest and saw what I thought at first was a drone. We're in a fairly sparsely populated area, and I was surprised by seeing this bright light. It was in the same field we and the truck were in, and it was not very far off the ground. It made no noise, and it was difficult to tell how big or how far away it was. It was extremely bright and had a light green center. I whispered my husband's name, and there was no response from him as he was watching the deer. I called out a bit louder than a whisper, then said his name in a normal tone. The ball, as if it perceived me trying to point it out, took off to the north so unbelievably fast that I was shaken up and realized it wasn't a drone. My husband finally asked why I was calling him. He had not seen it, but he saw my response to what had just happened. I called my mother and told her what happened, and we discussed what it could have been, but I can't imagine anything that floated and not only made no noise while hovering, but no noise when it shot off as fast as a rifle shot. So Anna's on this one, and we will see what happens next month if she gets it closed. Okay, moving on. Northern Minnesota cases. So on March 17th of 2025, around 8 o'clock in the evening, this is near Elk River. It's not quite northern Minnesota, but it's north of the city, so we're calling it North Minnesota. The investigators on this was myself and Mark, who is a new field investigator. I got him on this, and he is checking it out. The witness summary on this one reads, multiple white orbs ascending straight up and then stopping to appear as stars. The long narration reads, I witnessed a phenomena on the evening of March 17th around 10 p.m. in Elk River, Minnesota. I was looking west-northwest towards Big Lake and Becker. At first, I saw a bright light that was flashing like an airplane, and I assumed it was making its way towards me, so I waited to watch what it was because it seemed very low. As I watched the light, it stopped flashing. From the corner of my eye, I saw something move off to the west, another bright light, but moving up from the horizon. It ascended directly upward and then suddenly stopped and appeared as a star. I stared at it in absolute disbelief. Then more bright lights appeared, one after another, doing the same. I called for my partner, who witnessed this also. We watched this happen for nearly an hour, and I saw dozens of bright lights moving at different speeds and sometimes sideways, but mostly straight up. Some may be explained as satellites, but I did not have a way to verify. Right before I went in, I saw what I believed to be an airplane coming directly at me. With the distraction to the west, I was no longer paying attention to the bright light in the northwest that I was first attracted to. Perhaps it was the original light. It now appeared as three bright white lights close together in the middle, forming a small V shape, and two flashing red lights off to each side. I watched as it flew directly overhead, still believing it to be an airplane. The red lights flashed and lit up a small tree. For as low as it was, maybe 500 to 600 feet, I should have heard noise. And like I said, Mark and I are on that, and once we figure that out or come to some conclusion, we will let you know. Okay, we had another sighting. This happened this morning, June 21st, at 2:14 in the morning in Hibbing. Investigator on this one is Bill. We had a pretty good storm come through here last night. As if you've watched the meeting video, you'll know. Okay, so the short summary on this one is light appearing in the sky during a lightning storm while I was recording. So let's play the full video here for you, and while we're doing that, I will read the long narration. Let's get rid of the sound here, start it over. Here we go. During a severe thunderstorm, I stepped outside to record lightning flashes from an iPhone. I captured over 1 minute of video. While reviewing the footage, I noticed a small, solid, bright white light visible in the sky, positioned in an area that was completely cloud covered due to the storm. It was not present in any previous recordings I had taken, and it appeared only while I was filming during this specific storm. There was no chance this was a star or a planet. The storm was actively producing lightning with full cloud coverage overhead. No stars, planets, or the moon were visible anywhere in the sky that night. The light appeared intermittently, visibly mostly in the darker frames between lightning flashes. Occasionally it dimmed or disappeared when the sky was lit up with lightning. It moved slightly but stayed in the same general area, even as my camera angle shifted. It remained in a relatively fixed position in the sky for close to a full minute with only minor inconsistent shifts. Unlike any aircraft or satellite, which would have shown steady directional movements. The object did not blink, strobe, or display navigation lights typically seen on drones or planes. No sound was heard, no engine, buzzing, or humming. It did not resemble any familiar aircraft or technology. Its stable position, consistency, and brightness ruled out reflections, lens flares, or camera glitches. I recorded it while outside, not through a window, so there was no glass, screen, or surface that could have caused a reflection. So the description of the object behavior, it appeared as a single, consistent point of light. It was bright white in color, visible for approximately 50 to 60 seconds during the storm conditions. No flashing, no trailing, no blinking. It did not change shape. It did not follow a consistent or linear path. So some background here on the observer. I'm an adult resident of the Iron Range area of Minnesota. I've lived in several regions of the state, but the Iron Range has been my home for about half my life, the Iron Range being northern Minnesota. I had never created or submitted a report like this before until researching what I saw. I discovered others in Minnesota have reported similar sightings, particularly during lightning storms. This is what prompted me to submit this report. This was not a normal, typical, or explainable sighting. I always aim to rule out natural or logical explanations before considering something unexplained. I regularly observe and record storms for personal documentation and photography. I have no aviation or military background, but I have a working understanding of common aircraft behavior, weather patterns, and digital camera anomalies. I would be genuinely interested in learning more about what this could have been, as well as any related sightings in northern or rural Minnesota. During my research, I came across multiple reports describing similar lights occurring during lightning storms in this region. That gave me the confidence to speak up, because I now know I'm not the only one who has seen this. Like I said, Bill is on this one, and when Bill gets done, we'll find out what he finds out. A bonus case. We had this on there because originally we didn't have very many cases from northern Minnesota, so let's see what the bonus case is. May 22nd, 2025, around 8:20 in the evening in Maple Grove, which is down in the Minneapolis area, which is why we're not really normally would include that in our northern Minnesota cases. But it's a Minnesota case, so let's check it out. Let's see, a witness summary. He watched an object fly overhead from the northwest, flying straight, silent, no flashing lights, took a photo, cropped it after zooming in. So we do have a picture of the cropped photo right here. And you can't really tell a whole lot with a bright light and a black background because there's nothing to compare it to. But Preston is on this one, and when he finds out, we'll find out. And that's what's going on in the Northland. Thanks for watching, and thanks for being part of this journey. If you've liked this episode, please like and subscribe, and it'll actually help us a lot more than you know. And if you want to dive deeper, go to northlandmufon.com. That's northlandmufon.com. You can visit us anytime there, and you can explore featured sightings, recordings of past meetings and past guests. There's UFO news and information and a whole lot more on there. So we do appreciate each and every one of you. And remember, keep watching those skies. You never know what you're going to see.